Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Max. My channel's name is The Covered Caller. We talk about these option-based ETFs all the time. It's kind of my favorite thing to do in life other than play with Jax. Come here, Jax. Come here, Jax. That's every... Come here, I want to see you. He's such a good dog. All right, I may have to go give him food in a second once he gets tired of that toy. He has food. Okay. All right, guys. So anyway, it's great to play with Jax a little bit while we're waiting for people to get here. Marcus is here as usual, of course. And hang on here. Hang on here. All right. I guess we'll do something. All right, I'll just do it. Copy Diversified Divas, share. Okay, here we go. Right here on the Diversified Divas. Let's start with the charts. I've been worried about this big gap right here. Let's see. I think we put it on the ES chart, or yeah. There we have it. So my theory is there ought to be sellers in here the first couple of times. Or there ought to be sellers there, especially the first couple of times. If not, that tells us saying, Jackson, you all right? You got food right there, buddy. Everything's good, buddy. He brings me this other dog's bowl. It's empty. Like I want you to feed me, but heck, I mean, you have food right there, buddy. Just eat. Come here. Good dog. Good dog, Jackson. You just go eat, okay? I'm going to do my show. All right. Anyway, I love to see that. I love to see that the Bulls are trying to take this area back. We'll see. I mean, they failed the first time they get. Well, Jackson, what are you doing back there? What is going on? Leave this alone. Jackson, leave it alone, buddy. Go eat your food. Go eat your food. Sorry about this, guys. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Come here, Jax. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. He's never taken such an active role. All right. Let's look at the cues. Anyway, but that'd be bullish for the Bulls to obviously get on the other side of that gap. But I suspect there may be supply there. I'm not the only one. I think a lot of people do. But if we get on the other side of that, boy, that would be great. The Qs held this longer-term trend line I've been looking at and bounced off it. Things are looking a lot better in the past couple of days. Obviously, ever since the tariff thing yesterday, Liberation Day Part 2 or whatever, or not really. I'm just joking. All right, so here is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin still, I mean, I liked it a lot better when it was closer to 100,000 than closer to 80,000. Right? I'm sure you guys did too. That was a heck of a rally. I can't believe. Well, I just hit 90 on this chart. What am I talking about? Oh, no. Yeah, right here. Gosh darn it. I thought that was a daily chart. Yeah, that was a heck of a rally right there. Anyway. Rally right back up to 100. Anyway, this trend line is something I'm watching. That's not encouraging on Bitcoin. All right, let's look at the Divas now. All right, right here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, it looks like you can. Here is the cumulative total return on all the Divas. So this goes back to the last day of October. The Divas and the understudies. Chippy's not a diva, but I guess it ought to be. It's better than the Divas. I mean, anyway, SPY is there for comparison purposes and Qs. It's been a rough quarter. I mean, most quarters the SPY is not flat. I would say the average quarter the SPY is up. The average quarter the SPY is up like 3%. probably. Because in the average year, what, the SPY's up 10%, 12%. I mean, over time, 9%, 10%. So the average quarter, you know, the SPY is up at least 2.5%, 3%. Anyway, so a flat quarter is no good. You could see for good parts of that quarter, the SPY was down 5%. Now, of course, these divas, that's why they're divas, though. I mean, ULTY takes the freaking SPY's 5% and multiplies it by 6 and blocks it much better himself, multiplying it by 5. And there's, you know, LFGY and ULTY are also, you know, anyway, but on the good news part of it, but yeah, the market got killed. But on the good news part of it, we got SPY and Chippy back above, but Qs and QLDY look like they're going to be the next to go positive. QLDY is only 3 points underwater. K-Yield is right behind. K-Yield was only 3 points underwater about a week ago, but they pulled back a little bit in the past 9 or 10 days. Now we're down 4.75%. GPTY doing a better job than these other dogs, but still down 6%. And by the other dogs, I'm talking WPay, LFGY, ULTY, Blocks, and ULTI. Although I do got to give it up to ULTI for the size of this, just the looks of this rally. I mean, it's a great rally, but I mean, come on. How about next time you don't get down 37%? Anyway, it's the way it goes, I guess. It's the way it goes. I mean, but Blocks, you know, Blocks is still down 17 where it sits today, even after paying the dividends this week. We just got dividends this week on a bunch of them, or on all of them, I guess I should say. And then we have other dividends paid tomorrow, but a lot of them paid dividends yesterday. You know, K-Yield, WPay, they paid Wednesday dividends. So anyway, those are all factored into these total return numbers. Now let's look at the daily percent change. So let's see, do I have to scroll this, or is that all the way to the beginning? I guess that's the beginning. Okay, so yeah, this is every day. This is just how they've done as a group. And of course, today, just as far as the day goes, looks a little better than yesterday. Setting up to be, right now, looks a little better than yesterday. Looks similar to the past, to, you know, last week, the week before. And we've been having some pretty good days. Maybe it'll even turn into one of these monster days, you know, where Blocks is up 6 or 7, Alti's up 7 or 8 or something. Right, as it sits right now, we have ULTI up 3. So that's not nothing. So let's go back and look at the charts of the divas. So the most diva-ish diva is ULTI from Rex, which is surprising. This diva comes from a good family. Rex is, I mean, you know, Rex is a good family. So this is kind of like the bad kid. Every family has a bad kid, and this is it. You know, this is the kid that's smoking cigarettes in first grade, you know. So, but he's trying to redeem himself. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, so that's, anyway, but that looks good today. It's right here on this, it's up, saying it's up 2%. But look, the past, I mean, it's looking good. Now let's look at ULTY. ULTY is kind of like the older kid that gets the younger kids into trouble. He's like the kid that's, this one's like it's the kid that's in his third year, you know, his senior year. So lately anyway, it is up today. Looking a little better overall, though. All right, now let's look at Blocks. All right, now Blocks is actually down 83 basis points today. I hate to see that, but still, the charts all look similar. The chart to Alt-D, Blocks, and Alt-I, Alt-Y and Alt-I look pretty dang similar. Now let's look at K-Yield and see if it differentiates itself. And it does. It's rallied further off the bottom. Just visually, you can tell it has. Or just relative to where it came from, You look at that compare, that's anyway, K yield's up 0.5% today, so that's good to see. We always like to see that, right? Always like to see that. Let's check out some stocktools.app. We have 18 people here. Though we haven't had that many people here lately. It's been like 9 or 10, but it's because I let my blue check mark expire. But I fixed it. Blue check mark's back, and so now I think we have people watching on Twitter too, and it doubles the size of the crowd, or X. I'm sorry. So welcome back, folks on X. And hey, Mark, William, all the usual folks are here. All right, so let's get off of these stupid divas. No one cares about the ones. Those just because those are the stocks I like. Those probably aren't the ones you guys like. So let's just look at let's just go look at all of them and see what's going on all of the stocks. It looks like we're having a little bit of a data issue or something here. Maybe we'll come back and try Stock Tools later. Maybe we'll just hit refresh. Maybe, who knows? Did anyone get any of that income stack stuff? I swear I'm going to by the end of the day. I'm like 25% in cash. I'm getting income stack, and God, I want to get Mago. I'm just not sure on the timing of anyway. But I think I'm going to get the income stack. Just a small position, just to have some. And I sold WPay, so I guess I could justify having Mago. WPay's gone. Put Mago into the same amount, and it's whatever. I'm not putting on new risk. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that by the end of the day. WPay and the income stack. You guys tell me, which one do you think I should do? Do you think I should do gold and Bitcoin, or stocks and Bitcoin? Or what was it? Stocks and gold. I'm so confused. It's anyway, tell me what you think I should do. Yeah, we all like the ones that make the money. I know it. I do too. I just need a way to figure that out, which ones are going to be the ones that make money next year. I always buy the ones that made money last year, and then they don't make money like next year, or I FOMO into stuff. Anyway, that's a great job, Mark. I'm glad to hear that. Mark had a big, for those listening, Mark had a big, nearly $10,000 capital gain today, it looks like, or you took a gain. Yeah, I realized some gains. Great job. Great job, Mark. All right. So let's look at these. It looks like this finally came up. But let's go now that it's working, let me try. Let me see if I can mess it up. All right. And now let me do one other thing. I wish Rob would just make the default where they were all selected. I don't guess he's watching the show lately because I mentioned it a couple of times. It defaults to where yield max is selected. I wish that's how it opens up. I wish it defaulted like this. Every time I have to hit it again, and it'll select all. But anyway, all right. Here we have it. This is 1 day performance. METW, 6%. Are you serious? And of course, now I used to like, the thing I used to like about having WPay was at least anytime something was going crazy in the W universe, I could rationalize, well, I have that through WPay. But I was just looking at it, and it just, you guys seen it too. It just wasn't, WPay just, it's kind of the least impressive of some of the ones that, or one of the less impressive ones, needed to cut the dead weight. Anyway, I hated, I hated having to do it. Anyway, Bobo, Murray looking good today, not beating the parent, but Murray's just, lately he's been on fire, as you guys know. It looks like it's about Facebook, Alibaba, and Moderna today. We got Tesla. Yeah, there's WPay, of course. Of course, WPay's making me look bad. Of course, that's fine. That's fine because I'm going to buy Mago. I just did. But let's say if I would have replaced Mago, which I haven't yet, I don't think Mago's on this list yet. But let's see if Mago would be doing better than WPay today, 2.37. Yeah, Mago's my WPay replacement. It should be, I'm just only getting uncapped upside stuff from now on. The stuff that I have that has capped upside, I'm cutting back on the allocations. So no, Mago is getting murdered. So I would have done better. So it's good. One, it's good I didn't get Mago yet, but I get it cheaper today. And two, I should have kept WPay. So, oh well. Oh well. All right. Let's go back here. All right. But anyway, I'm glad I know a lot of you guys have WPay. That's good to see. NV2, Rex shares, AMDW. Of course, that's part of the reason why the WPay is doing well. That METW is just killing it up 6%. Wow. Oh, I like to see this. TQQY is up 2%. YMAG's up 2.1, underperforming WPay, and it's a fair comparison for each other. Of course, YMAG doesn't have leverage, but whatever. It's similar stocks, very similar stocks. So probably not the most fair comparison. All right, well, that's on a one-day basis. Let's look at a one-week basis. 1 day is a pretty short time frame. Let's check out a week or a month. Yeah, I know it, Mark. Mark's saying instead of 10,000. Yeah, but I know it. Remember, but I always save myself money by being because I don't like single stocks. But yeah, you're right. That's where the money's made. You have to be in the right single stocks. Or I mean, that's part of the way to do it. And it was just because, and it's the same thing with any fund of funds. It's going to go. It's an average. It's going to go to the average, and it's going to, blunt some of the outperformers. But yeah, the way to do it is to have a conviction and about a stock and stick with it. Like if I would have, but I didn't have any conviction. If I'd have known Facebook and AMD or whatever, we're going to be on fire, and Moderna last month, and I bought, but anyway, I can't predict the future. But yeah, you're right. It's the laggards that kill the performance. Correct. But anyway, but I don't like. So the other thing is, well, WPay does have the uncapped upside. I mean, WPay is offensive. I do like the really offensive part of WPay. But I think Mago's going to have about as much firepower. I think if the market's blowing up, I think Mago ought to do about as well as WPay. But I don't know, maybe not, because Mago's uncapped. I guess WPay is too, and WPay has a little bit of leverage. So I don't know. Maybe I made a bad decision. Maybe I shouldn't buy Mago. And then there's Mimi too, or MEMY. I don't, but that. There's lots of other ones that I'm looking at right now, but I think the main ones are the income stacked and Mago. I don't think I need another meme. I'm overloaded on meme stuff right now. I got all the those are covered with blocks, K yield and ULTY. They have those types of higher risk stocks in them, so that's fine for now. I think that's fine. Has anyone seen, what do you guys think about, what's it called? It's a cybersecurity one from Amplify, and I think it's a 15% target. Hacky, HAKY, I think. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I saw that. Have you guys seen one called TLDR that's a T-bill ladder? I think that could be interesting. It's not going to be high yield or whatever, but I think that I'd like to look into that. I'd like to look into that. It just goes back to democratization of finance. T-bill ladders and bond ladders are things that wealthy people have been doing for years, and wealth managers have been doing for millionaires forever. But at the lower income, it just hasn't been a thing. We have Tom in our Discord has built his own bond ladder. You either have to know what you're doing, like Tom does, to be an experienced investor, in the past, or have a wealth manager do it for you and manage your bonds for you. But it is cool that they put it in an ETF. Now, will it be any good? Will it do, is it better to do it yourself? Probably. So I'm not recommending it. I haven't even taken a look at it yet. I just think it's cool that we're getting other types of income out there. Of course, we have Pay-H and Pay-M. You guys know about Pay-H and Pay-M, of course, the auto callables from, who's that from? True Shares, I think. So we have auto callables, everywhere. We have, then we have people like Roundhill doing total return swaps. And then we have people doing just regular covered calls still, and people doing lightning spreads. And I mean, it's an awesome time, right? It is an awesome time. Yeah. So it is 12:07 in Philly. Or right now it's a little bit later. It's 12:10. Okay. Well, let's see what the market's doing. Then I'll let you guys get out of here. I'm still not a believer in a big believer in the market. I'm still trying to subtract a little risk. I'm actually going to buy some chaos in the model portfolio too. I want to do that before this weekend. I know I said it last weekend, but I really do think war is going to break out this weekend. I know I said that. I know I don't have and it may not even be bad for the market. It may not, I'm not even saying that, but I really do want to position stuff in front of that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to get chaos, one of the stacked products, and possibly Mago. And get rid of my cash. But so I have 17% in inverses, 12 in one inverse and 5 in the other. So 17 in inverses, and then I'm going to put about 15 in 15 or 20 in chaos. So I'm going to have about a third of the account essentially protected, because I just don't think we're going to have a great year. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm going to do that soon. Buzz, I haven't heard about Buzz yet. Is that an ETF? Because markets put it in capital letters. Buzz would be a great name for a meme-based ETF, BUZY, Buzzy. But I like the idea of what Mimi's doing. And I like the idea of what Juiced is doing, JUCD. I just don't need any more of those. Those would have been, I would have liked to have those last year. Skeptic is saying he'd hold ATTR instead of chaos. Well, yeah, I thought about that, Marcus. I thought about getting ATTR as a proxy. And you know what else I thought about? I thought about, well, just screw all this. Just get, all I need to do is just put everything in, if I think the market's going down, just put everything in the NEOS, the hedged ones, triple QH and SPY-H. They just don't pay that high of a yield though. But yeah, no, I was considering ATTR also, because Chaos is I think 60% right now. But also I think it's also kind of weird that ATTR doesn't build their own position. I think maybe now they're small and until they get their AUM up. But anyway, yeah, no, actually that's a good point. That's a good point, Marcus. So that's a good point. But I also thought about, if I really think the market's going down, I could just use buffers and auto callables and stuff like that. But I think it would be good to allocate to something. I like what Chaos does. I like how Chaos, I really want Ono, but it just hasn't come out yet. I like how Chaos doesn't have bleed. It bleeds up. It bleeds up like a bond, but then somehow still is able to go to bleed up when the market's going up at a slow rate, 4-5%, and is still able to, here, let's look, and is still able to profit if the market melts down. And we have but yeah, ATTR be a good one too. Sokadono. Really excited about what those guys at Convexitas are doing. I enjoyed that interview a lot. I've been thinking a lot about what those guys said yesterday. I had no idea how cool that strategy was. I didn't really understand what they were doing, and now, especially now that they're doing it with options, I think that has a lot of potential. I'm going to follow that like a hawk. Okay, but yeah, so chaos here, it bleeds up, but then right here in April, it went from 87 to like 92. And now, granted, it came right back, but the market rallied right back too. If the market would have kept going down, this would have, I think this would have helped you out. Um, anyway, but yeah, ATTR. So let's do this. Let's look at it like this. ATTR just doesn't have that much data, does it? It's how long has it been out? Yeah. It actually came out the same time. It looks like it came out the same day that that the Divas came out, the last day of October, or right around the end of October. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, Marcus, I'll look into that. I'll look into that. I'm not worried about the dividend because that's why when you have ULTY and blocks and KUL, I mean everything I have is paying 30 to 50 to that. So that's what I figure. So the dividend's taken care of, but yeah, yeah. So the chaos just I don't think either of them really pay a dividend. If chaos does pay one, it's tiny. It's like 2% or something or 5%. It's nothing. It's not an income fund that I remember anyway. ATTR is that? Are you sure about that? I don't know that it is. When I looked at both of the prospectuses, it looks like Ono has another element in it, another layer of protection. I'm really excited about Ono. I can't wait. For Ono. But yeah, no. If you say ATTR, I'll probably go with ATTR. I just like chaos, and I just mentioned chaos. I mean, I don't know. Look how I wish I could have seen how ATTR would have done during April. I just like the April, the April performance. But yeah, it may have done even a lot better. I mean, I hear you. I hear you. ATTR is trying to be tail risk while not bleeding during up markets. Yeah, which same thing as Ono. Do you have any ATTR markets? I mean, I'm all about protecting for portfolios and hedging type stuff. What I'm looking. What about B hedge? What about the Bitcoin hedge? Yeah, Chaos does box spreads too. That I think the box spreads are what give it the slow bleed up, the slow 4 or 5% bleed up. I just don't understand how Chaos. I don't understand what they do on top of box spreads, but yeah, no, I get the box spread part of it. I get the box spread part of it. Marcus says, I'm about to get some actually. Matt is taking too long with Ono. Yeah, he is. At least he came out with, I'm really excited about Matt. I'm really excited about some of the stuff he is bringing out. But yes, he needs to bring out Ono. I don't know. Maybe the market's going to go up for another quarter or another year or something. Maybe so. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe, I'm definitely getting something, putting out some more protection before the weekend. And then I'm going to stop jacking with it. I know I talked about it a lot, but I try to only change positions once a quarter. The last major changes were in October, whenever I dropped some Alti and I cut. You guys know what I did. And then I made some more adjustments in November, but that was the third quarter adjustments or fourth quarter adjustments. So this is the first quarter adjustments. But yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be risk is still on, but it's going to be muted because I'm going to have some inverses or some hedgy stuff. Yeah, some ATTR or some chaos or something. Yeah, we need to get Matt on the stick. Speaking of Matt, I have it on my list. I'm going to email him today and ask him if he'll come on the show next week. I think that'd be good to have him on. We could talk about Juiced. We could talk about a bunch of stuff. He's brought out a bunch of stuff that I'd love to have him on. I think you guys would like that too. So, hey, Alan, I didn't notice your comments up here. Sorry about that. Mark says buy metals if you think the market's going to dump. Well, I have 12% of metals right now, or 14% or something. It was like 10, but they've gone up so much the allocation keeps growing. No, I know that, and the metals are doing great. Yeah, so I mean, I'm all about metals too, but but also then metals speaks well of or invest in funds. Guys like Howard at K Yield, that's a high yield fund, but he has a lot of metals in there, and he's in. Not that it won't go down if the market goes down, but yeah, I agree. Invest in metals yourself or find managers that are aware of it. Okay, so Alan, what are you saying here for all your high yielders? You run the 30, 30, 35, 5 of AIPI, TSYX, ULTI, Winter, Salty. Okay, so you're okay. I love it. You're a hedger. So you have 5 Winter and 5 Salty, and the rest long. So you're 10% short and the rest long. So that's sweet. That's sweet. So hopefully that 10% short or inverse, not really short, probably doesn't slow you down too much, but it probably helps you a little bit in pullbacks and stuff. Yeah, I like that, Alan. I've been running about 15 for a while, 85, 15. I'm just going to kick it up this quarter to like 85, 30 or something. Or I mean, not 70, 30. But yeah, I've been running like that for a while. But back in March, I kicked it up to 30. I kicked it up to 70, 30, just because it looked bad. So anyway, I just kind of move it around with what I see. Yeah, no, I got you, Alan. That's what I'm trying to do also. I'm trying to do a poor man's hedge fund or whatever, or an income fund that's like that's hedged somewhat. If there's a black swan hits, you won't lose all your money. That's what my goal is. An income fund with protected downside. Income's fine, but income plus protected downside. That's my idea, but it sounds like it's you guys' idea too. I think it's what we're all trying to do. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We'll be back. I don't know when I'm coming back again. I don't know. I'll see you when I see you. I got all kinds of stuff planned, but who knows when I'll see you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.